Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Cataldo coming live from vodcast number 2. So the second vodcast, we have to talk about a technology that we may use in our classroom and or something we personally use to enhance our health. So first for me, what I'm going to introduce is this little guy right here. This little thing right here is called a pedometer. What is a pedometer? A pedometer is simply just a calculator that calculates how many steps we take throughout the day. So this pedometer actually just got back from a run, has about 5,000 steps on it. Pretty long run, pretty long day. And yeah, what the pedometer does for the most part, it's simply just as you take a step, it calculates every time you take a step. These can be used very often. I use it with my classes and I use it personally. Every day I wake up, I use one of these pedometers. I strap it right on my pant and I begin my day. And it's really cool personally to see how many steps you could take in a day and how often you try and reach a goal or set out to reach a goal. I mean, I like to try and hit a goal every day of how many steps, usually between 6 to 10,000 is my goal. Also, not only from personal use of health, but I actually use this in my class with my kids. My students absolutely love these pedometers. They have competitions within themselves, running around, trying to catch each other's numbers. Whoever's got the highest, we mark down. I mean, what I like to do with my classes with these pedometers is like a numbers race. Every time they pass me, how many numbers they have, I calculate it, and every student tries to catch each other, the top student. So, I mean, for the most part, it's really great because you're getting a big competitive edge from the kids to try and get those steps and work all the way up, which benefits their health tremendously. Why you use it? I use it, honestly, again, to just track my steps, but also it's a good way to, with my students, how I incorporate these, it's a good way to track their heart rate. I show them that when we're walking, minimal steps walking, test our heart rate in the neck or in the arm, and we show them at a walking rate it's very slow. Your heart's not beating that fast, the pump is nice and easy at a normal resting heart rate. When you're walking, it may jump a little bit, but the great thing about it is when they run. When they run and their numbers go up, they get really excited and they immediately checking their necks and arms to see how fast, if their heart is beating. And then we calculate it. And we show and we express how, with running, our heart rate increases. And then again, once we start walking, how the heart rate slowly goes back down to a normal resting heart rate, and we get back to normal breathing. And I introduce that to my students as well, that the more work we do, the more productivity you get out of it, the more you're going to be gasping for air. Your body calls for that oxygen. So I think the pedometer is very beneficial personally and in my career. How often do I use it? I actually use the pedometer every day. It's very simple. It's convenient. Wake up in the morning, simply just strap it right to my belt line and continue from there. It calculates everything for me. There's really not much I have to do. Just to keep track, I may take data on maybe after lunch, and then from after lunch to the end of the day of how many steps I've been taking, and from the morning to lunch. So really, I use it every single day. And who would benefit most from it? I believe everybody would benefit from it, honestly. It doesn't hurt to carry one of these little things around that'll count your steps for you and really help you out physically and promote wanting to continue to grow and produce higher numbers and more steps. So I feel that everybody would benefit from this. Cons to it, there's really no cons. It's small, it's convenient, it's a little thing you just strap right on your belt line. You don't even feel it. So, I mean, the cons are really minimal, and the pros is just that you could show how many steps you're taking a day, and it's a constant competition every single day to just compete the number of steps you have. which is really awesome. And the cost of it, I mean, I think I got this one maybe for free at a convention. But also, I know with the New York City Department of Education, they actually offer, if you go to the Department of Transportation, the DOT, they offer these things for, I think, $1. And it's so beneficial. And even if, honestly, I mean, not saying you can't afford these, but cell phones these days have them. They calculate your steps, how many flights of stairs you climbed. And second thing I'd like to introduce as my favorite technology that benefits me and my students is this thing here, cell phone. Music. Music is one of the biggest, I feel, intrinsic motivators. You hear a specific song that pumps you up and you just get in that zone where you just want to constantly strive and be better and keep going and going, which I happen to find great. And I use my cell phone in my classroom with my students to play music for them. I tend to find that music is a big motivator for them. Once they hear the music, they start getting all hippity hoppity. They like running around to it. So I believe between the pedometer and the cell phone, it's very efficient, and I feel that it can definitely benefit me in my personal life and in my career.